Hi everyone, and welcome to this quick 10-minute stretch. We're really going to lengthen out, especially the lower body today. We will still get some stretching in for the upper body, but predominantly this is going to be a lower body stretch. It's a really good one to do every single day if you just want to lengthen everything out, just release any tight muscles. So we're going to get started straight away. You're going to come onto your hands and your knees. So make sure your knees are underneath your hips, your hands are underneath your shoulders to untuck those toes. Take a big deep breath in. You're going to open up through the chest. And then exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Perfect. Again, big deep breath in, open up through the chest. And then exhale, round through the spine, push out through your shoulder blades. 2 more like this. Big deep breath in, dip that spine down. And then exhale, round, tuck your chin in, push out through your spine. Last one, inhale. And then exhale, round. Good work, guys. Okay, from here, you're going to tuck your toes under and you're going to send your hips up into a downward dog. You can pedal out those heels if you want to, if you need to readjust yourself, get into a place that feels comfortable. Really push your chest through to your legs here. Stretching out through the back of the legs, perfect. And then push both heels down into the mat. You're going to float your right leg forward. So step your right foot through. You're going to drop your left knee, untuck the toe. And then you're going to push yourself up into a lunge position. Opening up through the hips here. Make sure that your knee and your ankle are in one line. So try not to have your foot too far back. You're going to put too much pressure on your knee. Make sure your heel and your knee are in one long line. Focus on sending your hips forward and down. So don't just push them forward, don't just push them down. Go forward and down, really stretching out your hip flexors here. Make sure that your hips are square to the side of the room. Drop your shoulders down. And then from here, you're going to send your hips back. You're going to flex through that right foot and you're going to come into a hamstring stretch. So pulling those toes in towards you, sitting down into your glutes to stretch out through the back of your leg. Again, make sure that your hips are square. Just breathing into it here. Not pushing through any sort of pain, just feeling that stretch. If it is painful, just stop, come back to this when you feel like you can. And then slowly coming forward. I know it's a heel toe, your foot to the opposite side of the mat. So bring it over to the left. You're going to drop your knee down and you're going to come into a pigeon pose. So push out through the palms of your hands to start with. Send your hips down into the mat. And then if that feels good, you can come down onto your forearms to deepen that stretch. Feeling a stretch through the side of your glutes here. It's a really good one to stretch out what you call your piriformis muscle, which is a muscle within your glute that also connects into your hip. Can be really overworked, so it's really good to stretch it out. Just give it that release that it needs. And then place your hands down. You're going to tuck your left toe under and you're going to step yourself back into your downward dog. Again, pedal out through the heels, send your chest through. Pushing out through the palms of your hands and then push both heels down. You're going to bring your left foot forward this time, so ripple yourself forward. Step that left foot through, drop the right knee down, untuck the toe, and again push yourself up into that lunge position. Stretching out through your hip flexors. Dropping your shoulders down, just breathing into it again, send those hips forward and down. Good work, guys. And then you're going to send your hips back, flex through that front foot to come into your hamstring stretch. Again, square those hips. Breathe into it, send your breath into the stretch. Going to wherever you can. And then shift your weight forward. You're going to heel toe your foot over to the right side this time. You're going to let that knee fall out. You're going to come down into that pigeon stretch. Again, push out through the palms of your hands to start with to push your hips down. And then if that feels good, you can come down onto your forearms or you can stay lifted. Do whatever feels right within your body today. feeling that stretch and release through the side of the glutes here. Just breathing into it. And then place your hands down. You're going to tuck that back toe under. You're going to step that left foot back through, again come into your downward dog. Then from here you're going to step your right foot through again, but this time you're going to stretch your right leg out, coming into your wide standing position, just folding yourself forward, feeling a slightly different stretch through the hamstring here. If you're not all the way down, that is absolutely fine. Just go to wherever feels comfortable. You might even have your head on your shin, depending on your flexibility. Just making sure that you're feeling it all the way through the back of the leg here. And then you're going to twist yourself to the front, placing your hands down where you can. Just bend the knees and then stretch them out, hinge forward through the hips. Again, bend the knees and slowly stretch the back of the legs out. Hinging yourself forward, last one, bend, and then stretch it out, try and stretch even further. And then we're going to come over and do the same thing on the other side. So switching your weight round so that your left foot is in front this time, reaching to where you can. And then lower yourself down, place your hands down. You're going to step yourself back into a plank position, drop your knees down, and then sit yourself back into a child's pose, just opening up through the hips, stretching out through the spine here, and then rippling yourself forward, back onto all fours. You're going to place your right hand behind your head, so your elbow is out to the side. You're going to take a big deep breath in. You're going to bring that elbow up to the ceiling. And then you're going to tap that elbow down towards your opposite wrist. Again, inhale, open, send that elbow to the ceiling, open up through the chest. And then tap that hand down. This time you're going to lift your arm up to the ceiling, twist, open, and then thread the arm through, drop your ear down, twisting through the spine, pushing out through your left hand here to get that twist and release through the spine. And then bring that hand back up to the ceiling and place it down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Left hand behind your head. Again, take a big deep breath in, open the elbow to the ceiling, and then tap it down to your opposite wrist. And again, open and tap it down. On this last one, you're going to lift your hand up to the ceiling and then thread that arm through, twisting through your spine, dropping your ear down to the mat if you can, pushing out through your right hand to twist your spine, and then bring that hand back up to the ceiling and then place it down, and then slowly come to sit on your heels. We're just quickly going to stretch out the upper body so you can come into a seated position here. Just bringing your right hand over your chest, drop that shoulder down, and then sweep that hand back behind you, opening up through the chest here, pulling that elbow in if you can, feeling that stretch through the side of the arm, and then switching sides. Dropping that shoulder down away from you, sitting up nice and tall, and then sweep that arm back behind you. Still lengthening out through the crown of your head here, and then release. I just want you to interlink your hands behind your back and then open up through the chest here. So try and lift your arms up high, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Look towards the ceiling if you can, and then release it down. Just roll those shoulders out for me. So rolling the shoulders backwards and then roll them forwards. Just bringing your right hand up overhead, reaching over to the side, stretching out through the side of the body, and then come back to center. Bring that left hand up and over, and then come back to center. We're going to take one last deep breath, so take a big deep breath in, hands come together, and then exhale, bring your hands down through heart center, And guys, that is your 10-minute daily stretch all done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope those tight muscles within your body feel nice and long now, ready to go into whatever it is that you're doing for the rest of your day. If you are doing this as part of the January challenge, hopefully those tight muscles, those strong muscles that we've started to build this week feel nice and long now, ready to go into next week's classes. If you did enjoy today's class, don't forget to subscribe so that we can work out together again. And I can't wait to see you next time. Bye guys.